Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Weekend Filler, a very special weekend filler, our Show Us Your Stuff Super Takeover. Of course, we're still putting the U back in UHF, but this week we're looking at your collections. All that stuff your significant other said, get that crap out of here, we're gonna celebrate it tonight. First up, this is the very first one we ever ran, Doug and his baseball cards. We wanted to start, a collection people could relate to. The cool thing about Doug is his presentation was impeccable, not just cases and cases laying around the house. Nice job. The other thing we loved about Doug, this is very personal to him. It wasn't just his cards. Each little thing had a story, how he got it, where he got it, why he got it.
I collect all kinds of baseball memorabilia, but primarily focused on baseball cards and also autographs, baseball autographs. I started collecting baseball cards when I was in first grade in Mineola up on Long Island. So I've been collecting on and off since 1966, about 50 years now. My collection probably totals somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000 baseball cards. I have them stored individually. I have some in albums and I have others in boxes. This particular card here is a 1966 Whitey Ford card, and I've had this ever since I was in first grade. I used to put this card in my pocket so I wouldn't lose it, and I've held on to this card for the last 50 years. My second favorite card is this 1968 Mickey Mantle card. 1968, a pack of baseball cards and a stick of gum cost about 10 cents, and there was no bigger thrill than opening up a pack of baseball cards and finding this Mickey Mantle card on the inside of that pack. But I've collected cards from all teams. My initial focus was on the Yankees and Mets. I was a Yankee and Mets fan growing up. When I moved to this area in 1983, I've been following the Philadelphia Phillies since the first game I went to in June of 1983. So I do have a good collection of all teams. Couple of Phillies cards that I have is 1957 Richie Ashburn and Robin Roberts, and also have a Steve Carlton and Mike Schmidt cards. This is a 2016 Topps Heritage card. It's a Phillies rookies, and this card is in the 1967 design, but I just picked up a few of these cards a couple of days ago, so this is my most recent addition. I've also collected autographs, primarily 8x10 photos, but other autographs on baseballs. The first autograph was handed down to me by my mom and my grandmother, and that's this Babe Ruth autograph. This was signed at a movie theater in New York City. I would estimate when my mom was young, in the late 1930s. And this is something that's been passed down in the family, and I expect to pass this down. I've probably got roughly about 25 to 30 autographed 8x10 photos, and I also have a number of autographed baseballs and autographed cards as well. There's usually a line of people getting autographs, but I always tried to exchange a few words with them because it was a privilege to get to meet these guys in person.
Next up, we've got an example of where we really want Show Us Your Stuff to go. Really strange and unusual stuff. This one, spoiler alert, very strange and unusual. So if you're the kind of person that collects something unusual, this is your show. Hit us up on Facebook and we will have a crew at your house later today.
I'm Ellen Thomas, and I apparently collect baby doll heads. It all started when I was in Maine, and I saw a piece of art that was a shadow box with a silver baby doll head in it. And it was like seeing the Mona Lisa, and it followed you around the whole room with its eyes, and I was just mesmerized with this baby head. I didn't know what it was, and I just couldn't stop staring at it. So I decided I had to have it, but it was $600. So I thought, well, I can make that. So that's kind of what got me started. When I got home from that trip to Maine, I went to flea markets and I started buying baby dolls. After I sprayed a few silver, which were my favorite, I started putting them in shadow boxes, but I never could acquire the same look that I'd seen in this one in Maine. So I just kept doing it, trying to get that same feeling that I'd had. One of my favorite ones was, I somehow was inspired by It's a Small World at Disney World. So I bought a whole bunch of dolls in gradated sizes, removed their heads, put them on garden stakes in the yard and sprayed them all different colors and made a totem pole type thing out of them. I thought it was delightful and charming, but all my friends thought it was horrifying and creepy. My family's used to it. However, I had met a woman some years ago. She'd never been to my house. The first time she came in, she stopped dead in her tracks and she said, "Ellen, what is that on your ceiling?" And I said, "Oh, that's my doll head art." And she said, "Well, I don't like it. It's creepy." And she kept backing toward the door. One day we were at an art exhibit up in Northern Liberties, and lo and behold, she comes running out of a gallery going, "You have to come in and see this piece of art. It's got baby heads in it. You're not the only one." Well, that year for Christmas, that woman came over and brought me a gift, and it was a thing she had made out of baby doll heads, and it was like the best thing I ever got because she finally got it. Well, obviously when you're doing things out of doll heads, you end up with some other pieces of dolls. So I can't just throw them away. I do keep them, and I keep them in boxes and baskets and so on. One day I decided it was time to clean the baby heads. So I took them all out in the driveway and I poured them all out of their boxes and their containers all over the driveway, sprayed them with Lysol and scrubbed them off and left them in the sun to dry. Well, the next morning when I came down the front steps, there were hundreds of dolls and parts of dolls strewn across my driveway. It looked like a mass doll murder had occurred in the night. But then it started to make me laugh, and it was right near Halloween. So I simply carried the dolls all the way up the stairs to the front door and left quite a huge pile in the driveway and had a Halloween party, which that disturbed everybody immensely while they were busy laughing also. The doll heads are out all year round. They do move around from place to place. Sometimes one just seems like it needs to go somewhere else, so I pick it up and I move it somewhere else. Or sometimes if something has a head on it, it needs to be on a different body. So I do switch them around. It keeps me entertained. It just makes me laugh. I just find it very whimsical and it makes me laugh. I hope you enjoyed seeing the doll heads as much as I have enjoyed making them and moving them around the house and so on. Again, I hope you found them fun, and if you haven't, I hope you found them spooky enough to add to your happy Halloween.
Welcome back, Fillerinos. Next up, we're taking you to a family game night with over 800 games to choose from. The endearing part about this one is this family, I know them, they do this every single week. Every Friday, it's game night. You can learn a lot about your family, flipping cards and rolling dice.
Hi, my name is Matt. Welcome to my house. I'm here to show you my board game collection to all my friends on the Weekend Filler. Probably started in earnest sometime after college, after my parents moved and I had to pack up everything, and I decided, ooh, I forgot how much I love this. Primarily I collect board games. Now my collection stands at about 800 board games. I have approximately 35 different versions of Clue, as well as card games, party games, social deduction games, pretty much any type of board game that's out there on the market, I'll pick it up. I do a lot of thrift store gaming, because apparently people just get rid of their games, and who am I not to buy them for $2? My most favorite game ever is Clue, 1972 version of Clue, which is what I grew up with, and a really, really old wooden die that they don't make anymore. All of our friends are here. Professor Plum, Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard, Miss White. Somebody, of course, stole Miss Scarlet. We don't know where she's at. She might be the victim for all we know. As you can see, the cards are a little well-loved, well-played. I have a game called Sorrow, which is fantastic. probably the most beautiful game I own, made by Calliope Games, and it's basically a really zen kind of keep a person on the board for as long as possible. Fortune and Glory is my favorite game. Basically, you get to play Indiana Jones. Cards in it are beautiful, photoed illustrations of the different characters. It's very 1930s pop culture. Now, these are painted myself. They come all grayscale. Dark Tower, it's probably the most expensive game I own. Very hard to find. It's a holy grail game. Growing up, it was around $30. If you can find one today with the tower working, you're probably going to pay anywhere from $250 to $400. So this came out when I was 10 years old. It was the hit of the neighborhood. The best part was the Dark Tower itself. Kept score for you and made really cool sound effects. If you can't get your tower to work, there is an app for that on the iPhone. It's the sound effects and it mimics all the graphics. One of my favorite types of games are dexterity games, or more commonly referred to as beer and pretzel games, because they're the best kind to play when you're drinking beer and having pretzels. And essentially what it is you are shooting dice down a stairwell for points. That's a good one. One of the best things about gaming is that we all play together. We have a lot of great family time. We like to get together most Friday nights to sit around, either watch a movie or play a board game together. As a parent, I get to see how smart and intelligent my kids are. How they problem solve. It's actually a lot of fun. But when you're playing a board game, it's very social. You're laughing, you're joking, very hands-on, and that's really why I like it. It really lets us kind of just bust each other's chops and keep score at the same time.
Thanks for watching Weekend Filler! Yay!
Sheriff of Nottingham. You get to just lie to people.
Favorite board game? I'd probably say Risk.
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Can't Stop.
Favorite board game? Probably Cards Against Humanity, even though it's not really a board game.
Ooh, no, that's a card game. I can't say that.
People did say
Cards? I like Cards Against Humanity.
My favorite board game is probably Agricola, which is a game about farming. It's kind of dry, but it's fantastic.
Favorite board game? Splendor, probably. Catan, Splendor. Splendor.
Game, Dice Masters.
Candyland. Definitely Candyland.
Next up, hold on to your joysticks. We've got one for the retro gamers. But it's not just games, it's all the pop culture stuff related to the games. We love when people get totally into their collection.
Hi, my name is Damian Nichols, and this is my video game room. Well, it's been a lifelong, some might say obsession, but my dad was heavy into video games, kind of just bled off on me. It's something I've always loved since I was very little. I guess apart from life, video games were always the escape from reality. You would see those blocky textures, 8 bits and everything, and to you it would look like a whole world. It was much more than just playing. You'd have fun playing, but you would enjoy everything about it. Collecting game memorabilia, I've always kept stuff here and there, bit by bit. Pretty much when I acquired my own space to reserve for a game room, I've just got little things here and there, and the room started taking shape, and it goes past the room itself. Some of my favorite pieces in my collection, I'm a huge Mega Man fan. I've collected a lot of the action figures back in 2004 when KB Toy Store was still open. Still have them, still packaged today. They produced a replica helmet and the arm cannon from the game series, which I think is pretty cool. Had for a couple years now. The Legend of Zelda, I have a replica Master Sword and the Hylian Shield, which is pretty cool. Used it for Halloween one year to dress up as Link from the game series. Well, I have a massive collection of the biggest craze last year was the Nintendo Amiibo. Still have a few more to collect to finish them. I have a few things around my the game room that some more personal memorabilia. This thing is very special to me. The Shadow box was made for me. My wife had it done. This item right here is my port that was installed in my chest. I'm a survivor of testicular cancer a few years ago, and this was in me for a whole year, which after I had it removed when I beat the cancer, I asked if I specifically can take it home with me. So they had it cleaned, and they said that shouldn't be a problem. Gave it to me, and definitely keep it as a reminder of this little thing. It's just been saving my life. I've started acquiring weapons from different game series. If I could find anything really cool out there from a game series I don't have yet, that would be really cool.
I would have to go old school. Some Atari games. Actually, I grew up on the Commodore VIC-20 and played like a Knight Rider game.
Halo, Halo 2, maybe Halo 3.
I'm going to show my age here. I'm going to say Tecmo Bowl.
I'm going to go around when I play video games of Fortnite.
Favorite video game? The Persona series.
Disney Infinity.
Favorite video game? Space Harrier.
Any of the Splinter Cells.
Favorite video game? Rampart, 1981.
Man, that's tough. There was an old game for the PC called Sam & Max Hit the Road, and it was dumb and awesome.
Yeah, I'm a purist. I like to go with Centipede.
Welcome back, filler fans. Next up, we've got a holiday collection that you can celebrate all year long. One of my favorite parts about filler is I actually learn things every week. Department 56, they make other villages. Grinch Village, Elf Village, Margaritaville, even Jack Daniels Village. I will be visiting.
Hi, my name's Chris Brower, and this is my North Pole Village. I got the first house in 1990. My wife got it for me for Christmas. I have 40 houses, and I couldn't tell you how many accessories to go along with it. The people, well, it's Department 56. It's the North Pole series, and to me, that just spoke Christmas. First piece of the collection was the Santa's Workshop, and that was followed up by the original reindeer barn and the elf bunkhouse. When we started out, we had it on top of an old console TV, and then from there we moved it on top of the piano. From there, we moved it on top of a larger console that we had the TV in. Then it got so large we had to build our own display case, and it's grown from there. Every year we've gotten more, and we've had to expand the display itself. If I had to choose a favorite piece, I'd say it was the music house. I really like the design, the colors. It's very unique, but it'd probably be better off asking my grandkids what their favorite pieces are.
My favorite part of the village is Santa's castle. My favorite part of the village is the reindeer barn. My favorite part of the village is Dasher and Dancer's house.
Thanks for watching Weekend Filler!
Pretty much everything that I received as a kid, I hung on to and I still have.
Thanks for sticking around. This last spot goes out to my old hermit friend, Ben Kenobi. The greatest Star Wars collection I ever saw. My favorite part of this one happened after the show. I know Dave in real life, and that very weekend, someone came up to him and said, "Aren't you the Star Wars guy from Weekend Filler?"
Hey Weekend Filler fans, my name is David Wilkinson and I'm here to show you my Star Wars collection. Pretty much everything that I received as a kid I hung on to and I still have. Darth Vader TIE Fighter was one that I got for Christmas. My Millennium Falcon here I got when it was for my 10th birthday. I have no idea how big the collection is. I used to keep a spreadsheet of everything I had and was meticulous about it. So I never really counted the pieces. I don't know how much I have. I don't know really what it's even worth. To me, it's got a lot more personal value than any monetary values. I guess Christmas '94 it would be. and my mom passed away in early 1995. It was on back order and it didn't arrive her funeral. When we got home and we were all back at the house, it showed up at the door and they delivered it that day. So that one has a lot of sentimental value. My background is really as an artist. I grew up, I was always a very creative person. This is a painting that I did back in my senior year of art school. It really was my senior thesis. As I graduated, I wound up getting a job almost accidentally at Tyco Toys in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I've been working in and out of the toy industry ever since. I got to do all the artwork on the Mighty Bean tin here for Darth Vader, so that was really cool to actually be able to have worked on something that found its way into my collection. This is probably one of the more rare items I have. The book that was sent out to theaters, and I find it interesting because even the logo is not the same logo that we know now. What we have here is a complete collection of the original Star Wars figure line that was released from 1978 to 1985. The hardest one to get in here is probably Yak Face, as well as Blue Snaggletooth. He was a Sears exclusive. As the story goes, is that all they had were pictures of that face. So when Sears released theirs, he was a lot taller than he was in the movie. Yeah, as I say, I mean, the bulk of my collection is certainly vintage. To the latest editions are things my son has outgrown and he wants to put in the collections. I just want to thank you all for coming by to check out my Star Wars collection, and that's a wrap.
So that's our show. Thanks for letting us fill your weekend with these great collections. We'll see you next week for Regular Filler. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you've got one of these great collections, please hit us up on one of those. I'm Tony Romeo, and until next week, I will see you on the interweb.